Hi, this is Sean. Welcome back. In the previous few tutorials, we have seen how to create a toon, how to choose a career path, how to move around, how to shoot things, how to fly our starship, pick up objects. We also looked quite in depth at all the menus, and I used a higher level toon for that. Now, that was because, as you will see as we progress through now, not all of the options on all the menus are available, or not enough options for me to accurately describe what they do. So anyway, now we know the basics. Your first mission as such will be to come to Spacedock. Notice it is called Spacedock because we are still in the old 60s TV show. We will eventually come to the modern era. If you are playing the Discovery line or the Klingon line, you will obviously be in a different location. And for instance, the Discovery line is in the future. Their starbase is a lot different to this one. But for now, let's get our memories going and get some lovely reminders of how it used to be. If you're still a young'un, you can watch Star Trek, the original series, on Netflix or various other places, complete with updated special effects. And they really are very, very good. So what you do when you first get here, unfortunately, I started to make a video and it went wrong, so I had to delete it. And there was a part where when you first get onto the starbase, you have a mission given to you to go around and talk to all the characters who are actually just hanging around at the bar. And when you come in here, you get characters you can talk to. And they're all the characters from the original show, such as Scotty and Spock and Uhura. And basically, you click on them and talk to each one, and they'll tell you who they are, and you can reply to them. It doesn't affect your mission whatsoever. It's just something the game does to put you in a happy space. So just go ahead and do that, and then you will end up being told you need to go to see Admiral Garrett. Now, he was your old captain in the last tutorial, but he's actually been given a promotion. And lucky for you, you get one too. You can see it's quite outdated. It's what the future looked like in the 60s. It's not what it looks like now to us. It's quite nice to have a look around and remember the old days. Look through the window. You can actually sit on seats sometimes. Just left click. Is it left or right click? And if you're with some friends or socializing, you may want to go to a starbase or somewhere on one of the planets and just sit and have your chat. And just like any other in-world game, I guess, meetings and places like that. So over here, you'll get to talk to Admiral Garrett. Now, because I've already messed this video up, he will actually tell us that we need to go round on the space dock and find out where things are and what people do. So if we click on him now, he's actually just going to say,
I don't have anything for you today.
He's told us what to do. To recap, though, I can click on this.
You have your orders. Proceed.
And, well, he'll just tell us we know what we're doing. But
I don't have anything for you.
Well, that's it. What you can do, if you remember from the tutorials, we have a icon here, which is our mission journal. If we click on that, we can look for the ones in progress. Now, remember, I used a higher level toon to show you the menus because there's nothing really here on the low levels. So there's no events or anything. So from now on, we're just going to look at the menus as available for the level we are on. So we go to in progress. In progress tells us, here's our mission. We need to go and speak to the tailor to customize our outfit, and then to the ship's vendor to get a shuttle. It tells us our rewards. Obviously, XP points and expertise are very important for leveling up. Now, if you get lost or you're not sure where you're going, don't forget top right, we have a big map. Open your big map. You can zoom in and out with your wheel. The yellow icon or circle shows us where we need to go. We've actually got to go to the tailor first, but that yellow circle doesn't show because I already did that in the deleted video. But we'll go there anyway because I want to show you how the tailor works. Now down here you see our icon here. If we turn around, right mouse button and scroll around, you see that that triangle moves in different directions. When it's pointing in a certain direction, i.e. straightforward, that's where we're heading. And that's can come in very useful because if you find there's doors and things in the way and you're not sure whether to go through the door, that'll tell you in which direction to head. So off we go. Now here we can see we have a turbo lift, we have the armory and the shipyard. This is very, very different to the star base that you will find when you get to the modern era. Now you see this person here ran in. This is another character or another person actually playing the game at the same time as us. If we put our cursor over him, you can see you get a little icon of a body, which means if we right click on him, we get some options. Focus will allow us to see what he's doing, watch him. Private message, we can send a message to him. If we're in a team, we can invite him to our team. We can follow him around. We can get info on him. We can invite him to a TFO, a task force operation, add them as a friend. If they are not playing the game in a friendly manner to which we find offensive, we can report them to the games master. Not worth the hassle, to be honest. Just enjoy your game. Don't get offended or upset. If you are, just click on ignore and you'll never see them again. Info will tell us what his level is and things about him. Now look, we're on Spacedock. We're at the lower levels. We're only on level 5, the same as him. So there's not a lot going on, but we know what his ship is. We know where he is. We know his health is full. He's not in a fleet. If you've typed up a bio, it'll show there. He's chosen to be a Vulcan, etc. But for us, we need to learn how to use the tailor. So when we click on tailor, she'll give us some options about changing our uniforms, off-duty uniforms. Just for now, we're going to go to the tailor and just quickly look through it. There aren't so many options here as when you level up and become a higher level character. But when we do it with me here, because I've played the game for some time, some uniforms and that carry over to different characters. So I may have stuff in here that you don't have or can't have for quite some time, but we won't worry about that. So we click on tailor and we get a screen up. Now, this is your uniform here. We don't have an off-duty uniform yet. We don't have a fleet uniform yet because we're not in one. So if you did have these icons, you could actually click on them to decide which one you're going to change. So this is us, we're the captain. This is our outfit, and we can choose modify. It could take a few seconds to come up. It depends on your system, how quick it is, your internet connection, stuff like that. The lighting in here is never particularly brilliant. You can change it to look like different places, but to be honest, it's never very accurate. Now here you've got switch to static stance. At the moment you can see he's moving around. If I click that, he'll just stand still. Makes it easier for us to look at him. If you hold your left button down, you can spin him around, and you can zoom in and out with your wheel button. Now, at the moment, we have options to change his hair, his face color, his eyes, and if you hold your mouse button over things, you'll get a preview. So let's just say I changed my mind on my default character and I want him to look a little bit different. I can actually highlight something like here. I could click on that and he will change to have that sort of look and hair. However, you can change all of this in the advanced screen, which we're going to look at. Here are some uniforms you can apply to your character. You can change from dress to medical to the original series. One thing to remember is at the moment I'm a red top, I'm an engineer, so I shouldn't really be wearing the medical outfit. You can, the game doesn't stop you, but it kind of stops it being so realistic. But that's up to you. As you go along, you will find that eventually you won't even use a Star Trek uniform, possibly. So for now, we'll look at our original series uniform. Here it says, how do you want to stand? Well, I use standard, but you can change it to brawler, swagger, all sorts of things that we had on the very first screen we looked at in the first tutorial. I'll just leave it standard for now. It really doesn't matter, but it is how you're going to stand around when you're talking to other people and stuff. So personally, I probably wouldn't go for creature. It's just a bit too weird. So it's standard. You can change the height. You can make yourself taller, smaller, obviously. Now, if you're creating your own person, you can try and make them look like you. You can make them look like a character on TV. You can make them anything you like. And to do this, you go into advanced. So advanced, head, body, uniform. So if you want to change the head, click on head, wait for it to load. And you've got loads of categories here in this advanced menu. It's quite fun to play with. Until you click save, you can't break it. So we here could go for, on the head, we can have helmets. If we want just a humanoid head, as you progress through the game, you'll get a much larger option of things you can do here. We can put a hat on him. Which the game didn't seem to want me to do. So, okay, maybe at this stage it's not going to let me do that. But you should be able to do that and click on it. It's playing hard to get at the moment. You can change your head type. If you scroll down here and look on the right-hand side at the character, you'll see things will change. If we zoom in, you'll see them change a bit better. So you can play around and make your character look like how you want it to look like. You can change your skin tone to suit however you want your person to look. Your complexion. Now here you can have a different age. Like you can go quite old, rugged looking, anything you like. I think the female characters benefit more from these things because you can do things like makeup and stuff. Here you can add scars, tattoos, tribals, all sorts of things. I'm not going to spend 4 hours showing you everything because honestly you can spend a long time in here. The body, here you can do necks, body bulks, stomach size. For instance, if you want your guy to look a bit more like you probably look in real life, give him a bit of a tummy. a lot of people will bulk their people up to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like to be a bit more realistic, so we'll just go with an average size guy. Arm lengths, hand sizes, all sorts of stuff. It does not affect your gameplay in the slightest. It just is the look of your toon or your Avi. And then the next one is uniform. Now, your uniform depends on your level, if you've bought any outfits, if you've acquired one, been given any outfits, and it's quite changeable in here. For instance, I can go from a loose jacket to a tight jacket. I can go to attachments like wrist attachments. You see there he's got something on his wrist. Some things cost money. If you don't have a green tick by it, like here, it's going to cost you money to do that. And that money is in the form of Zens, and that's where your credit card comes in. You don't have to. This is purely if you want to be very different. And all sorts of stuff can be changed. Now, at the moment, at a low level, you don't really have a lot of stuff, so they want you to buy stuff. As you progress through the game, you'll have a lot of options in there, and we'll see as we go along. Some things we can't change because this is all the game is allowing us to have. Some belts and stuff. Eventually, you become really, really customizable. But for now, we're not going to change too much. If you've actually put an option in that costs money, see, I've got all these things, you may not have them. If you use stuff that costs money down here, it'll tell you on the right hand side at the bottom how much it's going to cost. If you don't have any Zen, it won't let you purchase it. If it costs you nothing and you want to keep that uniform, you click on purchase, and that will be your uniform saved. So I don't really want to change the uniform I'm using at this particular time. Maybe I'll go to this just to show you how it works. So if I click purchase, that uniform's changed, and this is the uniform we're now wearing. Eventually, you'll get more slots here, off-duty uniform or whatever. When you get bridge officers, you can actually change their looks as well. We've got one who was given to us in an earlier tutorial. So again, we can click on her. We can click on modify, wait for the screen to come up, and do all the same things to her if we like, and or him, and or whatever race, species, or gender you consider that person to be, and you would again purchase it to change it. Now, this comes in useful because when you end up getting a lot of crew or a full complement, they will default to you in various outfits, and you may want to give them all the same uniform. So what you can do is you can save an outfit here, which will allow you to actually load that outfit during modify to change pretty much everything the person is wearing. It doesn't work all the time. Sometimes you'll load a uniform, but it'll come with the wrong shoes or boots because that came attached to that bridge officer, and you'll have to manually go to modify to change what they're wearing, or to get as close as you can to having a standard uniform. For instance, here, uniform, we could go down lower body, skirts, but she could be in pants. She could have different sort of boots on. If we scroll back, you'll see the boots change. And again, when you've decided what that person wants, needs to wear, You can purchase it. You've got to click purchase because although purchase sounds like you're spending money, what it's actually doing, because it's zero cost, it's just saving that outfit on that character. And there she goes. She's changed. So that's your tailor, basically. If you click on tired of wearing this, it tells you that you can go in and change it, so we didn't need to do that. Off-duty outfits will allow us to make a second outfit. We can't do that at the moment because we don't have the level to be able to do that at. So we've had a look at the tailor, and on our menu on the right, we need to go to the ship vendor to get a shuttlecraft. We're now hairless with a new uniform, but hey, like the walls. Now you can look around. Again, it's very basic. You need to go into progress screen. See, now we've got a tick against the tailor. Now we need to talk to the ship vendor. So acquire ships. He says ship vendor here. He's got the arrows pointing at him. We know who he is. We're right in the middle of our yellow circle. So we go to acquire ships.
Welcome. Admiral Garrett said you would come by to requisition a new shuttle. While you're here, feel free to look at the other ships we have available for requisition.
So what he's saying is we can get a shuttle, but also this is where you'll come to buy change ships.
I'm here to help you choose a vessel. What would you like to know?
So here's escort specialty.
Choose a vessel.
This screen, you click purchase it. Now, as you move further along, you'll get more and more ships. We can go next ship until you're at that level. You notice your rank here is lieutenant because you're only at the lieutenant level. Later on, you'll have a list of ranks down here. And to be honest, you're always going to go for your highest rank ship. There's no point being an admiral and getting a lieutenant ship. Tier 6 ships are like the top level ship. Original door, you show one of these, so we can't buy it. But we're not going to do that just yet. It's not our mission to do that. And here we've got population cruiser. Again, we don't have mission. Get a shuttlecraft, and there is a reason for that because we've already been given a ship to command. If you want to jump ahead, by all means, get a Constellation class ship, but this is what we've been told to do. Again, it's an old style shuttle. We're in the 60s TV show. And there it is. We now own a shuttle. So if we go to only show purchase ships, it should only show our shuttle. But sometimes the game does what the game wants to do. Right, so we'll come out of that screen. Now we can look around here. There are other things we can do in the shipyard. We can talk to this guy here, which is manage ships. And if we do that, this is where we can, there's our ship. This is where we can change ships if we need to. As you move on, you'll acquire a lot of ships down here. And you out depending on your mission. You might want to go from a heavy cruiser to an escort or whatever. Here you can see weapons. You